Hi, I'm Emily and welcome to the park on this beautiful sunny day again today. So we're going to be working the whole of that upper arm to get that lovely defined look for the summer. So we have our homemade weights, we have our stable seat, and we have our mat to protect our knees, but you can use anything that works to protect your knees. Okay, don't forget, if you like this video, give me the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. So let's start off by standing up, parallel feet, hip distance apart, and engage that core. We're tucking that tailbone under, pulling that tummy in and softening those knees. Reaching those arms down by the side with your weights firmly held, and just rotate those shoulders back just to loosen off to begin with. Give a little bit of a lift with those elbows and just feel and test the weight of those cans, making sure they're nice and even weight. Okay, and standing up again. One more time with that in-breath through the nose and out-breath to keep the lift in the tummy and energize that body. Here we go with the first exercise. We're going to lengthen and reach those arms out to the side, engaging those obliques, pulling those shoulder blades down and feeling that nice soft elbow. Not tense and stretched, but not too floppy. Now, holding it there with soft knees to take the pressure off the back, we're going to pulse 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Feel that lift working the whole of that upper arm. Keep it going for 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Drop it down with softer knees and bring it up into that full stretch and drop down in those knees again. We've got this parallel line. Here you see the length from the shoulder without reaching the shoulder forward. Pull it back. Keep that length in the arm only. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Now take it down and go straight into the outside stretch. 1 and 2. Keeping those knees a little soft with a bounce as you go for 7 and 8. Again, down, breath in, breath out. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. That pull, that continuous pull for 4 now. 3 and 2. Works those arms, take it down, breath out. And 2 and 3 and 4. Can I keep it going for another 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 4 and 3 and 2. Let's change to 2s. It goes 2. Reach it out, lead with those elbows, 2s again, and then we go singles, so swing through for 1 and reach, and 2 and reach, and 3 and reach, and 4 and reach, and pull up and feel that lift out of that waist as you turn those arms from the top to reach the palms forward as you lengthen through those arms, parallel shoulder distance apart. Here we go, we're going to work those biceps. Keep those elbows in line with those shoulders, and as you pull up, I want you to reach those cans to just behind those shoulder blades and reach it forward again, but don't let the elbows drop. Keep the shoulders down as well. We go a 1 and a 2. In breath, out breath, in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath, in breath, out breath. Alternate. And 2 with a bounce. 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. We're going again. Here we go for 2 together. And 2 and 3 and just 4. Alternate for 4 and 3 and 2. And again we go together for 4 and 3. Keep those elbows lifted. 2 and 1. Alternate again and pulse. 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Reach it out and just let those arms come down, rotating from the top of the arm again. We're going to slightly tilt forward, squeezing those glutes, pulling up in that tummy, and the arms are reaching with the palms back as we lift 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. No bounce. Just to begin with, nice and strong and controlled. Now we're going to add a bounce. We're going to reach those arms down and pulse, reach, and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and 8. Okay, take no bounce again. Bring those arms down. We reach a bit higher. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Hold it there on 8. Now we're going to do the bounce. Here we go again. Reach it down and out breath. 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Hold 8. Now here we go. We're going to see if we can stay in that soft knee and tap those hands. And 2 and a 3 and a 4. Keeping the arms as high as you can for 7 and 8. Reach them wide. Take a little deeper stretch in those knees with this softening and lifting those arms really high. See if you can close and clap those hands again. Here we go. Hear the beat. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Let's add those two movements together. So we bounce, and 2, and 3, hold 4, and clap, and 2, and 3. Again, we bounce and push, and 3, and 4, and clap, and 2, and 3, and 4, and let those shoulder rolls loosen off that upper arm. Elbows reach wide to loosen off, and take a big full stretch up to the sky. Open up, and let's pop the cans down and come to our seat. Okay, so I've got my seat ready. I'm going to sit nice and square on the center of that seat. Parallel feet, hip distance apart feet, and we're just going to take our hands either side of that chair. Heels of the hands are going to take the weight as I just shuffle my bottom to the edge of that seat with the in and the out breath. Now, make sure those feet are nice and stable. As we lift with the in breath, take the weight onto those hands, and out breath, we're just going to take that tailbone just to sit in front of that seat. Now, this is your tricep dip. Breath in as we drop down, and let those elbows bend into that lovely right angle behind those shoulders. They don't go higher than the shoulders. They try to just match towards those shoulder height. And we out breath to push and pull up in that whole arm. Here we go. We breath in and push. 1, and a 2, and 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and pop yourself back on 8. Now, remember, if you're finding 8 too many, you only have to start off low, and you can keep building. 2s, 4s, or 8s. It's entirely up to you. Don't overdo it the first time. I'm going to be doing 8. If you need a break before, you take a break and you join back in. Breath in to lift. Breath out to slide forward. Breath in to drop. We go. Push. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and come back on 8. Now, if you want to take a little bit of rotation in those shoulders to release, elbows rotate for another release, and reach nice and tall. Breathe in and breathe out, and feel that whole space around you. Ready to go again. 2s, 4s, or 8s, you choose. Breath in to pop those hands down. Breath out to reach that tailbone off. Breath in to dip, and we push on the out breath. We go 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. We come back. Take a shoulder roll. Give yourself a little bit of a break in between. Elbows rotate, whole arm rotates. We're aiming to do 4 sets. Hands go down. Now make this one a little bit harder if you want to, by taking those legs a little bit further away. So my knees are almost pulled up, so that I've got my legs further away from my center of gravity, making a little bit harder work for those arms. Take that tailbone off that seat. Get ready. Breath in to dip. We go 2s, 4s, or 8s. So I'm going to do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3, and 2, and back on 1, and flex those heels to bring you back nice and safe if your legs are further away. Bring them in nice and stable for the shoulder roll, elbow roll. Breath in and breath out. Feel that big reach as you lift. Breath in and breath out. Give the shoulders a little bit of a shake. Hands go in for the last set. Legs go wider if you want them to. They don't have to. Build yourself nice and slowly. Breath in to take the weight on the hands. Breath out to take the tailbone just off that seat. Breath in to drop and push. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and come back on 8, nice and safely, flexing those feet. Take that planted position. Again, release those hands safely, rotate the shoulders, breath in and out. Elbows rotate in and out. Reach for the ceiling or the sky if you're outside, and rotate and give a little bit of a swim with those shoulders, and shake out those arms. Ready for our mat? If you are, join me. Otherwise, you can repeat those if you want to. Here we go. Let's remove the chair just to the end of the mat so that we have a nice clear space. Standing at the end of your mat, stepping forward on one leg, taking the heel off so that you can use your arms to help lift and release to come down nice and safely. Take a sit down on that back heel so that you can just gently release that other leg into that sitting position. Just a little bit of time just to stretch out those ankles and those calves before we walk our hands out to the center and just beyond our mat. center. Shoulders and hands are stacked, so I don't have them reaching too far forward. Making sure they're shoulder distance apart. I'm going to release my feet nice and comfortably behind, and I'm doing my press up from the knees so that I can really keep control of my core muscles and keep that tailbone in line with my spine without letting it drop or poke it out. Get that tummy pulled in. Here we go. Breath in. Feel the length of the spine as you drop down, elbows reaching back, and push with the out breath. Now, don't overdo it. You can do 2s and then build to 4s if you're feeling strong, and 8. Here we go. Breath in and out. Breath in and out. Reach it back into your rest position and take a moment for the forehead to go down before you peel yourself from the core to bring yourself nice and straight and reach for the sky to open up that chest and go again. Now, do you think you can do more? If you can, let's go for 4. We're going to tuck those feet underneath to keep you nice and stable before I reach the hands along my mat, getting my shoulders and my hands nicely stacked, shoulder distance apart, engage my core, tuck my tailbone in so I have a nice straight spine. Now, this time I'm going to try and release my feet. You don't have to, but if you want to try the challenge of releasing, here we go, a little bit harder. Breath in as we drop down and out. Keep that head in line with the spine. 2 and a 3 and a 4. Take those feet down, sit back into that flex foot position this time, so we keep stretching out different parts of the body. Forehead goes down. Now I'm going to take a moment just to stretch my hands by flexing my hands up with my out breath, keeping the elbows on the floor, so I'm holding that there to feel the stretch in that upper arm before I release again. Head goes down. Engage the core and tuck and peel, contracting that tummy to feel myself coming back into that straight sitting position. Rotate the shoulders back, opening up the elbows and reaching for the sky again, opening nice and wide to go again. Now, if you're feeling even stronger, if that wasn't enough, let's try 8. We walk those hands nice and gently out. Now, you don't have to do 8. You can keep with whichever number is best for you and slowly build every time you do a number set. I'm going to release those feet onto the floor. I'm going to engage my core, squeeze my glutes, shoulders are stacked over those hands. Here we go. Breath in, we drop down and lengthen through that spine to push out. Breath, and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and push 8. Take a big deep breath in to tuck that belly into that cat position as you look at the belly button and reach back into that long stretch, lengthening those arms along that mat. Forehead comes down. Breath in and breath out to lift the head, to look over those flexed hands, really feeling the stretch underneath those arms, and pull and peel yourself back with those core muscles, sitting nice and low, swooping those hands up and out to open that whole chest. We're going to take that openness of the elbows. We're going to rotate those shoulders, and we're going to decide which number you liked better in your set, 2s, 4s or 8s. I'm going to go for the big one, the 8. You decide what you think you're good with. I'm going to take a moment here just to sit and stretch out those tailbones and those calf muscles and those ankles. And then I'm going to take another deep breath in through the nose just to prepare myself for this very, very deep sitting moment so that I can feel everything engaging before I go for my next and last set. Here we go. Walking those hands out. Hands are stacked underneath those shoulders. Now, breath in and breath out to lengthen in that spine. Pull up in that tummy and squeeze those glutes. Make sure the hands are not too far back or too far forward, directly under the shoulders. I'm going to release my feet and I'm going to really pull up in my tummy for the last time with my in-breath, out-breath to energize. In-breath, I drop down. I go for 8 and 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and push on the last one all the way up. Hold it there for a second. Release those feet nice and gently. Breath in and breath out to tuck that belly back. Sit down in that deep rest position. Length through those arms. Take a moment to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breath in again, and on your out breath, raise the head and flex those hands so you feel the stretch under at the top of those arms. Peel yourself up into that all fours position. And then when you've got your tabletop, just take a moment to reach those hands further away from the body so that they're no longer stacked. Now, reaching them further away gives me a nice deep stretch for that upper arm. I plant my back arm on the outside of that supporting hand, and I push with the out breath to sit down as deep as I can. When I can't go any further, I twist into it and I reach and push into that lower arm to stretch out the whole of that arm that's been working so hard, and stretching out all around that shoulder joint. And then I peel myself back up again. I do the same on the other side. Reach into a supporting hand, release the other hand, plant it, palm up, sit down nice and square as deep as I can. When I can't go any further, I twist and rotate to look over that top arm, pushing down into that lower arm to stretch out it into the shoulder and the upper arm area. Hold it there for a couple of deep breaths, and then peeling myself up, nice and carefully, walking myself back, tucking my toes underneath. I'm just going to bring my knees a little bit closer together before I slide and peel myself up, reaching those hands down just behind the tailbone onto the hips and then into that heel area. And I'm going to twist and look and reach for the sky on one side to feel that lovely stretch through the whole of the side of that body. Here we go. Breath in and breath out, contracting the tummy to take it down. Try to do it on the other side. Hand on that heel. Take a moment to just reach and lift and squeeze those glutes underneath you, opening up those tummy muscles. One side and then the other, and peel down. Now if you're feeling nice and supple, see if you can put the hands on both heels and do that nice and square. It's a little bit harder to do both hands on the heels together. Breath in to prepare, breath out, push those hips forward with the out breath, open up that chest to the sky or the ceiling, wherever you are. Hold it there for a couple of deep in through the nose and out through the mouth breaths before you lift and breathe. Pull the tummy back, release into that nice contraction, cat back feeling before you lift up and open for the last time. Release those feet, rotate the shoulders, scoop the arms across the chest and give yourself a little bit of a shake. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you like it, give the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.